Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sydney in the MDRT National Roadshow. My name is Ross Holford. I'm the Australian National Chair for MDRT, and I've been lucky enough to follow this road trip around Australia, starting in Perth last Sunday, and I know you're in for a great afternoon. Thank you all for coming, and really appreciate you being here.
As I was filling out my MDRT forms, I realized that for the first time I had made top of the table. I share this story with you because it took me so long to take that leap. But I encourage you, if there's something in the back of your head that you've been thinking about, putting it into your practice or doing, and it just seems like too far of a stretch, too much of a turning point, I encourage you that if you've heard it from several people, and if they say this is the right thing for you, you probably should take that leap, because that is where you're going to get the exponential growth. I think because of the regulatory environment that you're in here, you are leaders in change. You are the ones who are stepping up and who have really found a way and then are sharing it with the rest of us as we face similar changes.
I'll often ask them, how did you come about being referred to our office or hear of our office? Tell us about your last advisor and your biggest concerns, because you'll note we go through expectations. If they say, oh, my last advisor was awful, I just finished suing him, that would be about the end of that conversation. But she was shopping advisors, so she had had 2 other appointments. And she said, both of them sent me a fact finder beforehand and asked me to complete it and to bring in all these documents. Didn't send me anything. Why not? And I said, because Linda, it doesn't matter to me what you have until I know what you want.
When everyone in this room was born, every single one of us was a super successful salesperson. And I know that to be true because I've watched all of you walk into this room today, thus taking a natural ability that you all had when you were born, and you turned it into a learned skill. Would you agree? You've all had a conversation, so you did the same with that as well. I don't know about the riding the bicycle or the swimming bit, but I could demonstrate that easily enough if I wanted to. And what we often lose sight of is the fact that actually we are all capable of, and we all have a natural ability to achieve absolutely anything we want to achieve, but there is something called interference that gets in the way. Now many of us know that as the little voice on our shoulder. And I'm going to demonstrate this afternoon how the little voice on the shoulder can be a very destructive influence in our businesses. Rid ourselves of the little voice on our shoulder, and we stand capable of achieving anything we want to achieve in this wonderful business.
And so, what we did at this not networking group was just discuss our businesses as a self-help group. Our first agenda was, what challenges and achievements have we made in our own businesses? What challenges do we have over the next 6 weeks? What things are we going to change? Do we have any immediate hand-holding? And the bottom line, the lady who ran the events company put, lippy on, shoulders back, let's get on with it. Now, it was a not networking group, but of course, the opposite happens.
Critical illness insurance is the health line of credit that will bring money freedom and time freedom. Hopefully there will be sufficient money to pay for the medical and hospital expenses and still give the client sufficient quality time to get better on their time frame. Hence you can see what I mean by money freedom and time freedom, and how important it is to have all the correct insurances in place in your financial plans.
The size of your income has nothing to do with how much you know about life insurance. Rather, it has everything to do with how well you communicate with people who know nothing about life insurance. The more successful they become, the further they've moved away from the basics that made them successful in the first place.
The other thing that I learned, and I believe strongly, is that it's all about culture in a business. Culture is king. Whatever mindset people have, there are embedded thoughts, and that will be their morals and their goals and their values, and you really can't change that. But what you can change are people's skills. At the end of the day, if we don't sell, and I know Sandro said yesterday about communication, so whether it's sales or communication, if we do not get that message through to our family, to our friends, to our clients and to the other people that we meet about how much they need that insurance, who are we actually going to give the advice to?
Gary introduces me as the owner of the business that he's joined. I tell him we're on a flat fee basis for the work we do. He goes, okay, so for my portfolio, you've had a look at it, how much do you think you would charge me moving forward? And I said, look, we'd probably charge you between $3,000 and $4,000 a year to manage this for you. You're not overly complicated. This guy has absolutely hit the roof. He goes, if you think I'm going to pay you guys $3 to $4 grand a year to manage this account, you've got another thing coming. I said, oh, okay, this is going to be interesting. And he said, Gary, how much have I been paying? So Gary sheepishly says, well, you've actually been paying $8 grand a year. End of the interview.
As people in this business, as advisors in this business, it doesn't matter whether you're selling insurance or planning or whatever you're doing, mortgages. You have got to learn to become a farmer. We are not in the business of digging big holes and tossing it out. We are in the business of nurturing relationships so that people do want to see us in 20 years' time, because that's where your business grows.